What's it like working in a TV writer's room? Well, every room that I've been in is they're pretty much all the same. You got 8 or 10 writers, and at 10 o'clock or so in the morning, we all file in. We sit in a conference room, usually a conference room. We put our feet up on the conference table. Sometimes we're on couches, but usually it's a table. And the first half hour or so of every day, we just start chewing the fat, start talking about whatever. The fight we had with our spouse, what's going on with our mom, what we did over the weekend, the hobbies that we're taking up, just weird stuff from our lives. And then throughout the day, we'll take breaks even more and start we stop working on the script that we're working on and start talking about whatever's going on in our lives. And to an outsider, it must look like, boy, these writers really like to waste time. But this is when we mine gold. There's so much good stuff in this stuff. When we start talking about this, when we start not just sharing, but oversharing. An example, probably not the best example, but it's the most recent. About a year ago, I was on Facebook and I fell into this guy's Facebook page, and all this guy would talk about was men's fragrances. And I don't wear men's cologne, but this guy loved it. He wore a dinner jacket or tuxedo, and he'd talk about colognes. And no, this cologne is not right for that occasion. This is a day cologne. This cologne is for a night at the club. And I'm fascinated by this, and I'm following and I'm going down the rabbit hole, interested in everything this guy has to say. And this is me, and it's bizarre that I'm interested in this because I'm getting sucked into his world. And this became an episode of television that we just wrote on Tacoma FD, where the character does the same thing. I have a friend, this is probably a better example, he wrote on Everyone Loves Raymond. And he and his wife came back from a vacation, and all the writers were like, hey, how was your vacation? And he's like, oh, it was great. We had a fun time. But then at the end, my wife and I got into a little fight over who was supposed to put the luggage up in the attic. And it was so petty. And anytime you start talking about anything petty, that's fantastic for television. And that became the basis of an episode that won an Emmy Award on Everyone Loves Raymond. So a lot of people think that, well, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I don't have an interesting life where I have adventures. All the good stuff, the real gold, comes from character that's real small stories that you all have. You just have to be aware of it, and you have to learn how to structure it and to put it into a compelling story. That's something I teach from my writing course, and if you're interested in that, the link is in my profile. But all of you, we all have wonderful little stories. You have to just keep an eye out on it. So all have wonderful potential. So for more tips on what it's like, how to break into the business, how to be a better writer, how to be more creative, an actor, director, producer, keep following me here. Also follow me on Instagram. I have special stuff there for good-looking people like me and you. The link is in my profile.